Hey guys, Greg here. Today I'm in Tallahassee at what I consider to be the world's greatest Goodwill. This is a Goodwill that is just loaded with computer and video game stuff. So let me go ahead and show you inside. Let's get back to the arcade. We're going back to the arcade. First thing is this really cool pinball. Vintage 1970s Wonder Wizard Demolition Derby pinball machine. It just came back from Free Play Florida and they had very similar kind of vintage pinballs, but yeah, this is cool. It says it's not working, but they want $100 for it. So there's all forms of laptops here in case you need a computer. It's not too bad pricing wise. $150 for a computer. Not bad at all. And then there's some desktop units here as well. So a lot of different variety of ones that you could get. This one's pretty interesting. This one's a Zalman and it's going for $350. Ooh, I like this one. Look at that. It's got the window where you can see inside. Hi. And if I get close, I can see the board, and that's the video card right there. All you can see is my reflection. It's terrible. Look at the size of this monitor though. It's huge. My daughter just found the red zapper. I've got the gray one. My friend Ike thinks that all of them were orange though. I've seen the orange ones occasionally, but I don't own one. I've got the gray one. And then they got some old computers here that apparently don't have any hard drives or operating system on it, but for $20 you can go ahead and put your own on there. These would probably make some really good like main machines. Here's a Mac that doesn't have a monitor. It's one of those all-in-one things, but the actual screen is not there, so you can see inside. That's pretty cool. This one's a little better probably because he doesn't have the glass and you can see inside the guts of a Macintosh, whatever model this is, but it's just so interesting being that it's $5. It just says it's a BIOS machine for parts only. So if you need any of these parts, there you go. And then here's some records. Kind of interesting. I know somebody who's a record collector. Anything interesting? Let's see. What's the first record that I pull out? When Stewart's in Love. Okay. When? I have no idea who you are. Here's an Olivia Newton-John record. Don't Stop Believin'. And here's another Olivia Newton-John, Clearly Love. Here's Dan Fogelberg's Phoenix, and the quintessential Barry Manilow greatest hits. And then we're getting closer to my favorite part of this whole store, the video game stuff. And here's some Wii stuff. If you need Wii stuff, there you go. You know, I totally regret never getting a Wii Fit board because I'm completely out of shape now, and I'm sure if I'd have gotten one of these, I'd be in much better shape. They got a lot of controllers and all kinds of stuff. They got like styluses for your DS and DS Lite, NDS adapters, GameCube controllers, Nintendo 64 controllers here. A Nintendo 64 adapter. I guess that's the power adapter in case you lose yours. Cables and controllers, and there's that zapper. I really need to get like an NES Bluetooth controller. I don't think this one does Bluetooth. Maybe it does. Oh, this has a 10-foot cable. But yeah, for $12, you can have an NES style controller. Or for $6, you could have a genuine NES controller. Of course, you can't play it on anything but an actual NES. And over here, you could get a Nintendo GameCube Or you could get a Super Nintendo bundle for $100 that comes with a couple of games here, a couple of controllers, a couple of NES joysticks here. Nintendo 64, which I kind of need a Nintendo 64. Or you could get a classic NES for $70. And here you got the Game Cubes for $50 a piece. And then down here you got a couple of Nintendo Wiis that have been tested as well for, looks like $15 a piece. I could use one of those black Wiis. All of my consoles are black except for my Wii. That's the only one that's white. So maybe I need to get that. And then over here we have the original Xbox playing Tomb Raider Legend. And we've got an Xbox 360. Looks like it's playing Fist of the North Star. And then look at this. We got these little Xbox 360s here for $80. This is a little miniature one. I haven't seen those too often. And then here's the original Xbox for $45. Comes with a controller. It's not too bad, not too bad. These are pretty good for turning into main machines as well. A lot of people use these for emulation these days.
Hi. How's it?
And then over here in the case, we've got a few Nintendo 64 games. There's a PlayStation Vita there for $200. And looks like a Wii U, the controllers, the screen controllers there. Bunch of Sega Genesis games right here. Yeah, 32X for $90. That's a little pricey. I think I got mine for like $25. And here's some, I guess these are Vita games right here. PSP, okay, these are PSP games. These little discs that they come on. This one's kind of cool, this Game Boy, I think this is a Game Boy Color game, but I guess it takes a battery. It's pretty cool. And then here we got a bunch of original NES games. Let's see if there's anything good in there. But what's more exciting than the NES games is this, the Virtual Boy for $130. I'm seriously considering this, only because Virtual Boy is like so bad it's cool, so cool it's bad, however you want to think of it. And then next to the Virtual Boy, we got some Super Nintendo games. Check out the lamp over here, the Super Mario Brothers lamp. That's cool. And the artwork, it's very cool. Like all that. Ooh, and Legend of Zelda, is that like a backpack? That's cool. And they got some PlayStation 2 bundles here, $60. There's a PlayStation 1 bundle for $35. Of course, if you have a PlayStation 2, you can play all the PlayStation 1 games. And then everyone who is aspiring to make a game room, this is what it should look like. Every game possible, playing on every screen possible. And then over here we actually have tons and tons of PlayStation games right here. It just goes on and on and on. A lot of repetition here with sports games and dance games and things like that. Ooh, here's one, the Terminator. The Terminator, Dawn of Fate. Maybe this was like prophesizing of the future of the movie. Dark Fate, Dawn of Fate, kind of similar names. Here's a couple of PlayStation 2 games I found interesting. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. It's got that 80s vibe to it. Miami, 80s vibe. And Intellivision Lives, which is a collection of classic Intellivision games for like $3. Where's the price on it? I lost it. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus. And we got some PlayStation 3 games here next to a PlayStation original playing Atlantis, Disney's Lost Empire. Sure. And then here's one of my favorite games, Pinbots, being played on one of these weird, I don't know what that is. Like a clone system, this Hyperkin clone system thing. More Wii games, endless Wii games. Anything interesting in all of this pile of Wii games? Oh, this is cool. It's like a Pandora's, this is a Pandora's key, 8S. So I guess you just hook this up to your TV and you just play whatever games are on the list. And then hidden under that Pandora's key 8 is a Commodore +4 computer. Whoa, $60 for that. And then over here is a Commodore 1541 floppy drive. Just kind of hidden right under here, under this thing. And then over here we got some more Xbox, original Xbox games, plus some Xbox 360s right over here. And a collection of PC games as well. Here's one called Battlefield Vietnam Redux. Or Redux. I pronounce the X. It has an X in it, so I'm gonna pronounce it. Also a bunch of steering wheels down here. I really got into the steering controllers, but I don't know. Seemed like it'd be pretty cool to have one. And over here we've got a few Sega Genesis things. Some actual Genesis here, I guess. There's some Genesis controllers. Now you may be wondering, how much is a Genesis here? Well, you can get one for 13 bucks. Of course, that's the Model 2 Genesis. If you want a Model 1 Genesis, that's gonna be $35. Plus it comes with the controller, which I don't think that one does. It's just the system by itself. Oh yeah, here's the Genesis 2 bundles. 25 bucks for that one. And here's a bunch of these horrible little at-games Sega Genesis things. Yeah, I wouldn't get one of these, especially for $20. I mean, I know it's got a bunch of built-in games in them, but yeah, they haven't gone over too well. I mean, just look at it. It just looks so jinky. This just does not look good at all. And right next to that is a collection of flashbacks. Now, the one that you want to get if you ever find the flashback systems is the Flashback 2, which they've got a couple of them here, because that is actually a genuine Atari 2600 on a chip, which was developed by Kurt Vendel. And it was never used in any of the other flashbacks, only the Flashback 2. And then here's a bunch of controllers right down here, classic Atari controllers. All right, so there you have it. There is what I consider to be the world's greatest Goodwill, because it's got all the video games and stuff in it. Now, I ended up getting a couple of games. I got the Grand Theft Auto Vice City, the Intellivision Lives, and then my daughter wanted this game. She doesn't even know what it is. She's just gonna play it. Just tell me how it is. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and remember to keep classic gaming alive.